Hey guys, this is Polo here and it's time for a deck profile, this time Kai Icon. So I know it's been a very long time that I opened up the deck and I didn't make a deck before it first came out. Please apologize because there wasn't really a way for me to think of how to build a deck up until recently when I revisited the deck and I thought, you know what, I think just I can do some stuff here and there and well you know, it actually pretty much works. So yeah, it took a few supports lying around here and there to put it in here, and finally I think now's the perfect time for me to go through the deck. And the fact that the festival booster in English already came out, and also the fact that there's also a few supports that come out in English pretty much soon. I'm just gonna do the deck profile right away. So since the new deck profile, I will do the deck in full. Enough talking. Let's go on to the deck profile. Okay, let's go on to the right deck. So the right deck. Starter, you run Conroe because Conroe is unique for grade 1, obviously. Grade 1 being Bar. So Bar skill. When you use space icon circle, you can reveal a grade 3 Kai icon for right deck, and then you choose a counter for soul called Rigor Circle, and it gets the red text on the end of the fight that you can retire it to search it for any grade 1. Reveal it, put your hand shuffle deck. So usually there's only with the new support, there's only mainly one card you're gonna search from that deck, and pretty self-explanatory. I'll show them more in a bit. Second skill not relevant because you only play one copy in the deck. Grade 2, we play Nahalem. Nahalem skill, when this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle, you can look at top 7 cards of the deck, choose up to one Kai icon card that's not a Sentinel, reveal it, put your hand shuffle deck. If you place it on the Vanguard Circle from your hand, this for this turn this unit gets 5k. So they're trying to simulate the back in the old day where they will, you want to write that you write for hand, so they're trying to give you that gimmick that you can give it power. But honestly speaking, I get it, it's a fun gimmick, but practically this makes sense in standard form, but I appreciate it there, I guess. So there's that. Second skill, auto and drop. When a grade 3 Kai icon is placed on the Vanguard Circle, this unit gets a performance below. You can, if you do not have a copy of him or Vanguard on the Vanguard Circle, you can call him the Vanguard, and if you call this unit and the Vanguard gets 5k, or you can bind him for drop, and you choose one of your Vanguard's auto abilities, and then the next time you pay the cost is reduced by combat 1. Speaking of which, the main guy himself being Dragonic Overlord. So overall skill, the first skill is pretty much saying if you write Vortex on Overlord or Overlord on Vortex, it's the percent right. So that's pretty much what I'm trying to say here. Second skill, auto and Vanguard Circle once per turn. At the end of this unit attack, you can combat 1, stand this unit and get drive -1. If you percent right this turn, then you can put a card for hand and soul, and it gets drive +1. And all your units in front row get with 5k at the end of turn. So pretty much it is, well, I mean, it's a little more easier to pull off as opposed to, like, let's say, the end, well, back in the original The Encounter. I would say it's still pretty good because it's pretty easy to pull off compared to Overlord. Third skill, auto on Rearguard Circle once per turn. At the end of this unit attack the Rearguard. If you have a Kai icon Vanguard, you can any best 3 standings in it. I mean, honestly, you're never going to use the first skill because you always want to write in the Vanguard Circle, so just be brutally honest right there. And that is it for the right deck. So pretty much is standard, and well, not much change to see here really. Okay, let's go on to the main deck. So the grade 3s, obviously you run 3 personas. I mean, not much to see here. Alright. And then I play 2 Vortex Striker. Initially, my older build plays 4, but because you're not really going to focus on Vortex finish off unless you know you're damn sure that you're going to finish your opponent off with Vortex, and that's why I only play 2 in the deck. So, Vortex skill, same thing as the first one. Overlord on Vortex, Vortex on Overlord, persona right. Second skill, act on various cycle once per turn. Counterblast 1, soul blast 1 grade 3 Aichi icon. Kai icon. God, Aichi icon. It's been so much being a topic recently that it became a muscle memory. Okay. Anyways, soul blast a grade 3 Kai icon. You retire all your opponent's vulnerable rear guards, and then it gets the red text. When this unit attacks, you can choose a column and stand it. Choose a rear guard column and stand it, and the standing unit gets 5k. If you percent right this turn, instead of choosing one column, you choose 2 columns. So it's pretty much like Soul Saver. I mean, like I said, it's not like Soul Saver where it's your guaranteed finisher in order to, and it's very consistent to play him in Aichi icon. Kai icon in this case, I would say it's a bit more of a hit or miss. And sometimes you might finish it off with Overlord, sometimes you might finish it off with Vortex, depending on the situation. So there's that. And second skill, continuous on Vanguard Circle. During your turn, if your Vanguard has a Kai icon and your opponent's Vanguard is greater or greater, for this turn, if your Vanguard attack 2 or more times that turn, or your opponent's Vanguard is tired, this unit gets 10k power. So essentially, what this means is that it always gets it's a 23 beat stick on Vanguard or Rearguard depending on the solution. 80% right, you can 33 on its own. Pretty interesting, I would say. And the fourth skill, on Garden Circle, if your Vanguard has a Kai icon, this unit gets 10k shield. So there's that. Alright, let's go on the grade 2s. The grade 2s, I play 3 Nahalims in the main deck because Nahalim is still really good. You can revive himself, or sometimes you can reduce your counter by 1, so you don't have to eat a lot of counter blast for the game. So it's pretty good. And next off, I play 3 Berserk. So Berserk skill, when this unit is placed from hand, or written from hand, the cost you pay is free. When this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle, if your Vanguard is a Kai icon, you can come out 1 and so blast 2. Choose one of the abilities below, and if your opponent's Vanguard is greater or greater, if your Vanguard is greater or greater, for this turn, this unit 5 power. You either draw one, or you choose one of your opponent's Vanguard Tyrant. Second skill, continuous on Vanguard Circle. During your turn, if your Vanguard has a Kai icon and is greater or greater, this unit gets 5k. If your opponent's Vanguard is greater or greater, instead of 5k, it gets 10k. So essentially, that means it's a 25k attacker's own, 20k attacker at all times if you have using skill. So pretty good retire power, and it does pump out needs soul to use the skill. And quite honestly, it's not an issue because most of the time you will be pumping soul with overlord skill. So there's that. And next up, I play 2 of Tejas. So Tejas skill, continuous on Rearguard and Garden Circle. If your Vanguard has a Kai icon, this unit gets plus 5k power and 5k shield. And if this unit battles a Rearguard, it battles all of the whole column in the one attack. So basically, it's like the OG Tejas back in the OG era. It's pretty reminiscent of that, and it's very faithful. I think it's pretty interesting how they put in back there. Pretty interesting, I'll say. And next off, I play 1 of the Blitz Order from DZ-BT16, the Persona Shield Blitz Order, I'll say. So you can only play max 2 of these in the deck, and what I like about this card is that essentially, if you go second, and if you use this card, it's a 25k shield only. You get a Persona Shield, use it all in one shot, it's gonna be 25k shield. Or in some cases, you go first if your opponent Persona is still 20k shield regardless, so it's pretty fine. 1 is fine. I don't think you need to pay too many copies of this because it's like a pseudo regals piece in a way. So if you haven't see it, that's good. If not a huge issue. So 1 is fine because it's very helpful at times. I don't think you need to pay two copies of it, to be completely honest. Alright, let's go to grade 1. So the grade 1s, alright, I play 4, Airmo. So Airmo skill, continuous auto on Rearguard Circle. At the end of all this unit boosted, if your Vanguard has a Kai icon, you can put this unit in your soul to draw 1. So pump soul, draw 1, but the main reason why I use his skill is the second one. Act on soul, if your Vanguard has a Kai icon, greater or greater, and your opponent's Vanguard is greater or greater, you can bind it from soul, and for this turn, your Vanguard's base power plus 18k. So pretty much not just for Overlord, you can also use it for Vortex as well, keep in mind. So yeah, pretty good because it does help to give the power buff, so there's that. Next off, I play for Gojo. So Gojo skill, when this unit is guarding your right face from hand, you activate one of all those below. You either call the Rearguard Circle as rest, or you still have call this Rearguard Circle as stand. So, and in second skill auto, when it's used Rearguard Circle, you may draw 1. If you draw, you drop 1. So it's very reminiscent to the old Gojo back in the day. So pretty something sort. Alright. So next off, I play for Jaran. So Jaran skill, when this unit is placed on Rearguard Circle, you can camera some to the top 5 cards of the deck for up to 1 Kai icon card that's not a Sentinel, reveal it putting hand shuffle the deck. If you did not add a card, you countercharge 1. Second skill, auto on Rearguard Circle, when this unit boosts a Tejas, this one, you for this battle that this unit gets 5 power. So essentially D2 will combo together, and it's very similar to the OG one as well. Like the D2 will combo together, and then we get really good pair. So, but the whole reason I'm playing Jaran in the first place is just for the search power, not really meant for Tejas. But Tejas is as a bonus, to be brutally honest. So there's that. Next off, I play 4 FPGs, Bari, of course, ideally limited Inventaria. And then for the orders, I play 3 Scarlet Flame. Now, I know Scarlet Flame in English is a really difficult card to find and a pretty expensive card from what I heard. In Japanese, it's not really a big issue because it does get good circulation around the stocks and stuff. So, you have the skill, you draw 1, and you choose 1 card from your hand and reveal it. and if it's the same grade or lower, you can call it Rigor Circle. If not, you discard it. Then you choose an opponent's Rigors and retire it. And if you did not retire, you choose to call the unit and give it 5k to end of turn. So essentially, this basically means that it's just it's just retire power. So you don't have to rely on Berserk or even Vortex if you want to give it retire power. It also works for like any card in general. His other skill, act on drop. If your Vanguard is an Overlord and he did not bind this card from his own ability, you can advance 3, bind this card, and activate one of his skill. But in fact, in reality, you only using one skill. The other skill is meant for the end for the encounter back then. But the first one is all you need to use for this deck. If your Vanguard has Persona Right, and if you did not run from a grade 2 this turn, you can discard a card from your hand and activate Persona Right. So essentially what this means is that you will double Persona basically. So yes, the deck allows you to double Persona. So it's pretty strong threatening. So really good, and it does function the deck. It does help the deck a lot, and I mean really a lot. It's really scary to be honest. Yeah. And then when it gets to the choice between release of DZ-BT16 is Panification. This card is easily searchable through counter skill. The moment you call Bar out, we use Bar to call him out, which I immediately get this. This is literally your main search target to go with. So to play the order, you put in the order zone, and then you draw a card, and until the end of the fight, this unit gets released to the galaxy, so you can use that how many times you want. So act on order zone, you can rest this unit, reveal the top card of your deck, and you may leave it on top or discard it. If you leave it on top, it will stay face on it wasn't on the top of the deck. So meaning say it's like, oi, if I got a trigger on top, I'm revealing right now. Are you gonna guard more, or you're gonna take it? So that's the whole philosophy. It's just meant to troll your opponent. Say, I got a trigger here. You wanna guard more, or are you scared right now? So yeah, that's the whole point. I really like this card a lot. I think it pairs perfectly with Kagero, in my honest opinion. And second skill, I don't know, you can kind of remove this card and draw. But in honesty, you don't really do that unless you're forced to anyway. But this card pretty good because he just chose your opponent saying you're gonna trigger on top. I guarantee you trigger, so you're forced to guard more basically. It's like a quote unquote guard restrict in that case. Right, for triggers, I played Drag Vader obviously because it's Dragon Empire. You played 4 Tars, 4 Rakshasas. If you want to play the new effect draws, you can. Although to be fair, they're expensive, so I'm forced to stick these for now. And I play Genjo at 4 vanilla heals. So yeah, that's it for my deck profile on Kagero with the latest support from the latest sets. So very good, very good deck. I think pretty threatening, pretty tanky numbers if you get the pieces. And I think this deck with the new Regals piece and some of the support here and there makes it really good. So, and just before I forget, like I said before, for Scarlet Flame, the English print might be very hard to get. I heard, and also pretty expensive. And if you really cannot find Scarlet Flame and it's really expensive, I think the only alternative, I mean, there's almost no alternative I can think of, but I think the closest I can ever think of is Direct Resonance. And even then, like, it's close to get. But honestly speaking, in Japanese we're fine because it's Scarlet Flame. But in English, I think if you can find it, go ahead. But if you're not gonna force to throw that much money, I think the alternative I'll say is Direct Resonance. With that being said, that's it for my deck profile. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like it, do like, share, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos. I got more videos coming, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.